I think the tourism sector is one of the very interesting sectors in government. I was speaking to the minister and he was saying that it is a sector where you are working while enjoying. And I have been enjoying since Saturday up to now, working while enjoying. But the PS, you know that PS of tourism, she was the Undersecretary in the Ministry of Education and Sports when I was a minister. And she was always very passionate about her work. Very easy to work with. And she always consults. I want to thank you, Doreen, for keeping up the spirit. Because when you see her, you've seen tourism. When I was appointed Vice President, I asked her that, can I tell His Excellency the President to bring you to the office of the Vice President so that we work together? She politely shook her head. But recently again I tried. I thought maybe she had had enough of tourism. She again politely shook her head. So I will continue telling His Excellency the President that please leave Doreen in tourism. And I envy the minister because it's very easy and very good to work with Doreen. You must be having a very easy time in the sector. So Doreen, please enjoy tourism. Let me now present to you the message from His Excellency the President, who was supposed to have been the chief guest, but he sent you his regards and he wishes all of you well. And the message goes as follows. I am happy and honored to be associated with the 8th edition of the Pearl of Africa Expo 2024. The occasion gives us yet another opportunity to assess and appreciate the role of the private sector and in particular tourism in the development process of our country. I would like to thank all investors, foreign and local, the Ministry of Wildlife, Tourism and Antiquities, the board, management and staff of the Uganda Tourism Board, and everyone who made it possible for the 8th edition of the event to take place. All of us here tonight should recognize that the resources at government disposal are finite. Consequently, government is committed to careful planning. This commitment to planning is not to crowd out private initiatives. With a focused approach, we have no doubt that Uganda can be developed through the partnership of the private sector, which provides the social and physical infrastructure, and the private sector as the producer and distributor of goods and services. As government, we have prioritized tourism as a formidable growth sector of our economy, which has been demonstrated through National Development Plan 1, National Development Plan 2, and now National Development Plan 3. I am aware that in the forthcoming National Development Plan 4, the tourism sector is earmarked as one of the priority sectors of government intervention. Since 1986, Uganda has implemented a number of reforms aimed at reversing the past economic stagnation. As a result, the country has achieved macroeconomic stability characterized by low inflation, a relatively stable exchange rate, and a consistently high annual economic growth rates, save for the period disrupted by COVID-19 pandemic. I am happy that we are back to the right growth trajectory. Uganda has the second youngest population in the world. More than 3/4 of our citizens are below the age of 35. And this youthful population is projected to double in the next 25 years. This presents for opportunities and challenges for the country. A young population can contribute to an expansion of the labor force, leading to an increase in the potential output and productive capacity of the country. The tourism sector should therefore absorb this vibrant labor. This year, 2024, Uganda is leading as the most ethnically diverse country with 93.02% fractionalization, followed by Liberia, Madagascar, and others. Fractionalization reflects the likelihood of individuals belonging to different ethnic groups. In one region of Uganda, i.e. Karamoja, there are more than 10 ethnic groups with unique geography, dialects, food, culture, etc. This enhances our tourism products in terms of food, stories, language, culture, etc. In brief, Uganda is a leader in many aspects of tourism. We only need to play our collective roles in investing and promoting Destination Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. The current government has also put in place a system where the local people are slowly being empowered to play an active role in the development process. There has already been a place or a process where power and resources have been concentrated from the center to the lower levels of governments, and the results reveal this. There is no doubt that the most sustainable way for tourism to create lasting impact is by ensuring high economic growth with an increasingly larger proportion of population participating in that growth. At the parish development model, tourism should be anchored so that there is equity and inclusion at this lower level. Ladies and gentlemen, today, most of the tourists coming to Uganda, or generally to Africa, are not from Africa. We need to make sure that our destinations are attractive and competitive to all. We need to ease movements within the continent through enhancing affordability of transport, accommodation, and visa requirements. Currently, there are over 40 currencies on the continent, encouraging foreign exchange losses. We could limit the number of currencies through our respective regional blocks. As I come to the conclusion of my remarks, we expect you to listen carefully to investors and travelers to identify their concern in order to target them better. But for now, we know that generally, investors and travelers are attracted by transparency, better macroeconomic management, predictable and friendly business environment, conducive repatriation policies, few capital controls, increased political stability, including peace and security. Democracy, although an important element, is not enough to guarantee economic growth, but there cannot be sustained economic growth and development without political stability. Essential to economic growth must be a national economic strategy that is designed to move the economy forward in all sectors while attracting foreign capital.
And that's the Vice President Jessica Alupo speaking at the opening ceremony of the